welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's August the 11th, 2023, and it's mail week. So lots of nice things came in. 6 official postcards came in, maybe 6.5. I'll get to that one after to explain why the half. And then, yeah, some lovely friend mail came in too. So I'm going to show you all about that in today's video. And as always, if you liked it, subscribe, leave me positive comments, and yeah, share it around to anyone else who may enjoy it as well. So let's dive right into it right away. We're going to start with the officials. The first one I have comes from China, and it's this one here. And if you notice here on this side, it looks like we've got Braille. I'm not 100% sure. There's nothing else written on this card. There's just my address and the ID. The stamp, it was funny, it's canceled, but it must be a prepaid card. It's not a real stamp on here at all. It has a really cool cancellation or marking on here. Just says happy day, and I'm not sure what this says, if it's Braille. Maybe something new. So anyways, thank you for that. It doesn't even say who it's from, so thank you. All right, next card, it comes from Germany. We have a nice hedgehog card, and he says that he's in Western Germany. He has a cat named Moana, and they love all animals. They even have a hedgehog or two in their gardens. So thank you very much. And on this side, I don't think there's a name. Just double checking here. Can't see a name, but there's a nice hedgehog stamp. I haven't seen that one before from Germany. So it's almost like a maxi card. Thank you very much. Another one from Germany. We have this one here, and it says best wishes to you. It comes from Earl's Fist. Best wishes to you from, no, Lutz, sorry. And once again, didn't sign it, so I'm not sure who it's from. We have the peace stamp from Germany. We've probably seen a few of those now from different countries that are participating in the Europa stamp from the different countries with the peace logo. So thank you. All right, this one, they did sign it. Niagara Falls, very nice. This comes from Bill, and he's in New York State, and it was mailed from Rochester. And there is the forever stamp. So thank you, Bill. Another one from the United States. We have a Lego card, and this one comes from northeastern Texas, and it comes from Mike. He's married, and he's been married for 43 years. He's now retired and lives in a small city of 24,000 with Lucy, their puppy. So thank you so much for that, Mike. And on the back, we have some nice stamps. Very cool. Always love getting a nice Lego postcard. All right, my last official one that I have coming through, or I think it's my last one, we'll get to that, is this one here. We have a Star Wars card, and this comes from Taiwan. It comes from Jajipi, and he is a train station manager of the Taiwan Railway. That's pretty cool. He says he really likes Batman, and his favorite bat is Ben Affleck. And he says, I hope you like the card. I do like the card, and I really like the stamp, though. That's a really cool stamp. Even the airmail sticker is pretty cool. I haven't seen that one before, or haven't noticed that one before with the gold and black. So thank you for that. Now, the reason I said half, I thought I had it right on top. Where did I put it? Give me a second. It's gotten out of order. And here we are. I have this one here. It comes from Texas. It comes from Leslie. And she says she lives on a small island close to the mainland in the Gulf of Mexico. That's pretty cool. So hopefully during hurricane season you're all right, but I'm sure most of the time it is fantastic. She says it's little but growing quickly. It's a beach town. And then she says, I will subscribe to your YouTube channel. So it doesn't sound like she's already watching the YouTube channel, but yet she sent me a card. Now there's no postal ID on it. There's the stamps. There's quite a few stamps on there. really nice ones, but no post-crossing ID, so I wasn't able to register it if it was an official one. And if you are already a viewer and got my address to send me, thank you very much. It was a surprise. And if you ever send me your address, I can send you something back. But all the same, thank you, Leslie from Texas. Really interesting to hear about your beach town on an island in the Gulf of Mexico. All right, this one I do know who it's from. This one comes from Media in Finland, and she said she had another heartfelt card from a trip she was in while she was in Helsinki. She went to an exhibition about it, and she has the matching stamp, so she made it a maxi card. There's the stamp, and there's the postcard. Thank you so much. This next one is a Postcrossing meetup card from Vienna, and this comes from Christian in Austria. Very nice downtown look from the waterfront. And he thanked me for the meetup card that I sent him as well. And there are the attendees. Not a lot this time around, but what's really cool is that cancellation over the postage stamp. The next one actually comes from a relative, and this one comes from Calder, and he's in the UK, and he was interested in postcards and things, so he sent me this one here. And this is the basilica in France, or a basilica in France that he was visiting, and he put a black adder stamp on the back. So thank you, Calder. The next one comes from Sweden, and this comes from Katja. They were on holiday, and they got to see a whole bunch of ships, and she even got to go inside of a submarine. So there's a little, not a lot of space to it, which I can understand. It's still very cool. There's the stamp. The next card comes from Pasadena, Rose Bowl. Well, it actually comes from Renee Lewis. You may watch her on YouTube. I hope you do. And she was in Pasadena for a teacher's conference. She's also from that area originally, so she got to visit with her son. And so I appreciate that she sent me a card while away. And there's the unicorn for the Unicorn Gang. Thank you so much, Renee. My next card comes from Erin in Colorado in the United States. And she says, have you ever seen an elk? I have seen an elk in the Canadian Rockies. There you go, they're roam free all over the place. She says she has, but not in Colorado. He needs to spend more time outside in Rocky Mountain National Park, where this card is from. And here are the stamps. Erin wasn't done though. She sent me this card here. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a Tausendschein card. And she says it was 92 degrees Fahrenheit when she sent this card. And she says, I hope I'm well, which I am. And she's been staying inside going through her newly inherited stamp collection. So that's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of work too. I know firsthand how that goes. One of the really cool things she sent on the other side though is these new waterfall stamps. You can see these are Grand Falls in Tennessee, Niagara Falls in New York, and Upper Falls in North Carolina. There's almost a theme going to be happening with these stamps, which is really cool that they all happen this week. We've got some guinea pig stamp marks at the bottom. So thank you, Erin, for both those cards. This next card is of Legoland, California. This comes from Kara, who's in Washington in the United States. Washington State, that is. And she and her family were down in California and got a chance to go to Legoland. Haven't been to Legoland in California, but I have been to the one in Florida, so I kind of have an idea probably what you got to see and all the different sculptures and things that are there. There's the stamp, not been canceled, putting some nice washi tape on it. And while she was there, it was 93 degrees. So they're having a bit of a heat wave in the southern United States. The next card comes from Shara. It's not even a card really. It is an envelope of goodies, and Shara's in British Columbia. She sent me a note, and she sent me a packet of cards, blank cards that I can use. She's taking a break from Postcrossing right now, which hopefully she'll get back into it again, but I can understand when things get too much. There is some Canadian flags with the word Vancouver written through them. downtown Vancouver there with the Burrard Street Bridge and the Granville Bridge. And then we have the other side of the downtown where you have the cruise ships come in. I know this area well. This is English Bay back here, and my wife and I used to have an apartment right there next to Stanley Park. So it's nice seeing these cards. Here's another version of that downtown where the cruise ships will come in here. And here, this was formerly known as BC Place. I think it might be GM Place, or Rogers have a name on it or something. The Olympics were held here. This is also where the BC Lions CFL football team plays, among other things. And Science World. And then another shot of downtown. So some lovely cards. All of them are blank, of course, so I'll be able to send them out. Then she sent me some stickers. I haven't opened them up yet, but we have food stickers. Yeah, she knows how much I enjoy food, even though I try to diet as much as I can to lose this belly. And then these some magical ones in the jars. Very cool, like that a lot, especially this one. This one might be a little hot, a little explosion in the jar. And then there are some writing ones, which are always good to decorate with. There's another one there. And we've got some bicycles, so we can have different themes and some plants. Less Monday, more summer. I agree with that wholeheartedly. To infinity and beyond. So we kind of have a Toy Story reference there. Some nice little cars. Donut. And kind of a fake Japanese postage stamp. And M&Ms, which are always delicious. So those are going to be lots of fun to put out on cards. Thank you very much. I appreciate you sharing all that stuff with me. Let's put that aside. The next card comes from Ambre in France. Recently, as in yesterday, I did a video about her and her New Caledonia connection, so which is very cool. But she sent me another card, and even though the Lego gelato on this side, or ice cream, is an interesting card, what really appealed to me were these stamps. So first, look at this amazing Garden of Versailles. I did have the opportunity to see that once in person, but here we are. We've got a nice stamp there. And then France issued Barbie stamps. So this is the very first Barbie stamp I've gotten of the series that came out with Margot Robbie playing the role of Barbie. So thank you, for that. The next one is a package that came from England. This comes from Michelle. You can see there's a bunch of older British stamps on there, including the one with Princess Di and Charles back when it was Prince and Princess. You can see even though Princess Diana is taller than Prince Charles, they had her be lower in kind of almost like a subservient role in that picture. It's kind of funny or sad, depending on your perspective. And then the Queen Mum there as well. D-Day. So thank you. I'll open up the envelope and see what's inside. Inside, she had a chance to go to the Agatha Christie house, so she sent me a brochure from the Agatha Christie house. It talks all about it and all the different rooms in it. And while she was there, she sent me this card, which she wrote on the back. So they enjoyed it very much. And then she went to a zoo, and so I got a zoo card. These cards are all written on, so they are just part of my collection now. She sent 4 cards. This one here, she had a chance to go down to the beach and dip her toes in the water. And finally, this beautiful little town. You can see the multi-view of all the different things you might see in it. And if you're hearing rustling in the background, my son is in the room now, so he is working on making himself something to eat. All right. This next card comes from Judy. And this, once again, is one of the postcards that recently got issued by the United States Postal Service to match the stamps that came out. So she made a maxi card of it. She also included a few other older stamps to go there too, but she matched the stamp with the postcard. And she said it has been very hot in Florida, and so that even when her husband is out taking the dog for a walk, he comes back just drenched. But that's what life is like in Florida in the summertime. So thank you, Judy, for that. We'll go on to another one here. This one comes from, this is a new one for me. This comes from Jane in South Carolina. And she sent this envelope and a letter inside. She says she's been watching the channel for some time now and got into Postcrossing. As a result, she's gone on to watch Renee Lewis and Jilly B Living Her Life Her Way and Snail Whale with Smokey. So I'm glad that all the other people that we kind of intertwine with, she enjoys as well. And we've almost become a bit of her soap operas. But when I said we have a theme going, she also sent me one of the large postcards that came out to match the stamps. And on the back, she matched the stamp to make it maxi. Put 3 of them on there. It's interesting that she actually put them on this card because she mailed it in an envelope. So she didn't necessarily need to put any postage on it, but I do appreciate that she did. So thank you, Jane, for that. And now that I have your address, I can respond to it as well. She did send one other card. I won't show that today because it is one of the answer cards for the Saturday questions. So you will see that soon enough. Now, the last thing that I got was an envelope from the Czech Republic. This one comes from David. He asked to do a stamp swap. So you're gonna see this in another video. That showed up this week. So we'll get a chance to see some more stamps. And that's it. That was a good week at the mailbox. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching to see what I got. And tomorrow we have back to answering your questions. So I will get that together. And then Sunday I've got some postcards to send out. And then there's one more thing happening this weekend, but I will leave it as a surprise. And then when you see the video, you see the video. So for that's it. Hopefully you guys had a great week too, and have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?